In this video, we will look at an example of the break-even point. Gymnast clothing manufactures expensive soccer cleats for sale to college bookstores in runs up to 500. Its cost in dollars of a run of X pairs of cleats is C of X equals 3000 plus 8X plus 0.1X squared. And again, X can only go up to 500. This will be the restricted domain. It will only produce between 0 to 500, up to 500. Gymnast Clothing sells the cleats at $120 per pair. Find the revenue and profit functions. We are given the cost. How many pairs of cleats should Gymnast Clothing manufacture to make profit? First, the revenue. The revenue, we know that it is the price times the quantity. In this case, if we were selling X items at $120 per item, an item would be a pair here, then the revenue would simply be 120 times X. Notice that when X equals 0, then the revenue is 0. When X equals 1 pair, the revenue is 120. When X equals 2, the revenue is 240, and so on. The profit is the difference between the revenue and the cost. In fact, the profit P of X equals the revenue R of X minus C of X. But R of X is 120X minus, there are more than one terms in the cost, so we will put it in the brackets or parentheses. The cost is 3000 plus 8X plus 0.1X squared. We then distribute the negative sign to obtain 120x minus 3000 minus 8x minus 0.1x squared. And this is the profit equation. Oftentimes, we will need to simplify this equation because there are two terms with x. We need to combine like terms. 120x minus 8x is 112x, and then we bring down everything else. The equation is now simplified to 112x minus 3000 minus 0.1x squared. Now that we get the revenue and the profit function, the next part of the question is how many pairs of cleats should Gymnast Clothing manufacture to make a profit? There are many ways to do this, but one way is to simply set this profit greater than 0. When the profit is positive, then we make money. We then solve this inequality. Essentially, we're solving the equation. We find the zeros of the function f of x equals 112x minus 3000 minus 0.1x squared. This is the quadratic equation, so we can solve it using the quadratic formula, but there's no need to. We're going to use the calculator to do this. Using a graphing calculator such as desmos.com, we're going to type f of x equals 112x minus 3000 minus 0.1x squared, and since this equals to 0, we will look for the x-intercept. It is where the graph crosses the x-axis. Once we obtain the graph, we can read out the x-intercept. The x-intercept in this case is 27.459, and so we will round this to approximately 28. What that means is that after the company produces at least 28 pairs, it will make a profit. This is the profit function, and this profit function goes from negative to positive, and it crosses the x-axis at 27.459, but we have to round it to the nearest number because this is the number of pairs.